Hip hop is not black owned. Hip hop is white owned, and we are the workers. It's like hip hop is a like a big restaurant, and we are the employees. We are the people that are performing at the restaurant. We're the ones who are serving at the tables. We don't get to decide what food is going to get served in this restaurant, but we all eat at the restaurant because the restaurant is full of black employees. Do you understand? You see all the black employees at the restaurant, so you think, oh, that must be a black restaurant, but you're not really sitting and thinking about who's running the restaurant, who owns the damn thing, who's deciding what food is going to be served on these plates. You're not thinking about that, right? You're just literally coming in. It's like when we go see Black Panther and we really think Black Panther is a black movie. Black Panther is not a black movie. Black Panther is a white movie with black people in it. Disney, I know I'm a shareholder in Disney, unfortunately, because their stock has done poorly for the last several years. And they don't, most of their shareholders do not look like you and I. The people that make the money when a new Black Panther movie comes out are not people like us. That money does not go to Wakanda because Wakanda doesn't exist. This idea that we get attached to things because of the way they look on the outside as opposed to what they're composed of on the inside, it's really reflective of a lot of things. It's reflective of an inherent superficiality that we tend to embrace. This idea that if something looks good on the outside, it must be good on the inside. The same way a man looks at a beautiful woman and doesn't assume that this woman could be toxic, that this woman could have diseases, that this woman could be a terrible person. You just think she's amazing because she's got a great smile and a nice booty, right? So the same thing happens, I think, when it comes to our economics. If you don't have the financial consciousness to really dissect an entity and really understand what it really is and what's really going on and how the dynamics are working, it's like a person who might watch a puppet show and think that Pinocchio is a real boy. Do you understand? Or somebody who watches an actor in a movie and you think that they really are the person that they're pretending to be in the movie. Stringer Bell, who was played by Idris Elba, who played in The Wire, which was one of the greatest shows of all time. If you've ever heard Idris Elba in real life, he sounds like a British bloke. I don't want to do a bad British accent because I got British friends and I have a lot of support in London, but he sounds British. And if all my friends in London, I know y'all love me and I love y'all. So if I did that, if you're offended by that, please just chalk it up to my silliness today. But anyway, he said that he would go places and real drug dealers would come up to him and ask him for like business advice on how to expand their drug empire. And he was like, you do understand that I'm acting, that I'm an actor. And they didn't know, like people really think that he was really a drug dealer. So ultimately it's interesting in terms of when you talk about business, when you talk about financial consciousness, which is why we gather every single morning. We do this every morning at 10 a.m. in case you're new. It's really a matter of just kind of looking at the world and saying, what's really going on here? What's really in front of me, as opposed to what they put in front of me, right? In fact, one of my good friends, one of my great friends, is Daryl Bell. Daryl Bell was in that show, A Different World, and Daryl what played Ron Dwayne Wayne's best friend. And Daryl is a great guy. He's super smart. We really connect on financial stuff. He's super smart in finance. His daddy was a great guy on Wall Street. I mean, literally a pioneer on Wall Street. And so anyway, he was explaining to me that everybody feels like A Different World is a black show because we all watched it, we supported it. We're the reason that Warner Brothers made billions of dollars or hundreds of millions or however much money they made from that show. But they can't bring that show back until Warner Brothers gives the green light because Warner Brothers owns the show. In fact, Warner Brothers doesn't just own the show, they have dozens, if not hundreds, of patents and trademarks on this show. So even Jasmine Guy cannot go in public and perform the accent of Whitley Gilbert without being sued by Warner Brothers because they own her accent. So she can't even go if they say, "Can you do an imitation of Whitley?" And when you say Dwayne, remember how she's talking, Dwayne, I love Dwayne, right? She can't do that. She can't do Whitley Gilbert's accent because they put a trademark or a patent or a copyright, whichever one. I don't know the right one. I have to talk to. I literally have a trademark lawyer. I need to one day bring her into class or something. But she could probably tell me the difference between which one you need. But that's why I hired Her name's Takora. That's why I hired her as my trademark lawyer, because she knows the difference between these things. And so ultimately, a lot of the things that we think are black really aren't black, and I think it's very important to just make sure we know the difference. Okay,